what is it that you couldn't find in the budget? Because many people are saying this, including economists, that there's something for everybody here. It goes out, solves some of the problems of middle-class India, but also gives a growth-oriented budget and doesn't give in to the temptation of populism, even though it's a last full budget before the general elections.
First of all, let me tell you that it is a very, very disappointing budget. I did not expect this kind of a budget, especially when we have two major issues before us, and that is controlling high inflation and creating jobs for millions. Not a word on either of them. These were the two important and very relevant points for today's budget, but I did not find these words there. Firstly, apart from these two major things, there was not a word about social welfare or social development. You may say that it is inclusive development, it is more investment in capex, it is more for MSME sector, but there was no roadmap as such in any of these 7 points. All of them put as priorities. There can be only one priority, and that should be seeing that the inequality which has happened over the last few years between the poor and the rich has to be bridged. Not a word about that. And that was absolutely disappointing. I waited and waited to hear from the finance minister about these major issues. But she spoke, the first point was economic empowerment of women. Where is that economic empowerment of women, and where is the empowerment of women? Where are those policies? Where is the fund? Where is the budget? Where is the roadmap? Where is the treatment of violence against women? And you talk about savings, bachat patra for women. Where is the income? Where have the women who have lost their jobs during the COVID got re-entry into the workforce? Where is the data? Where is the statement? And where is a statement by the woman finance minister of this country when day in and day out violence happens in the country, and not a word from any woman minister of the cabinet? Is it not disappointing discussing the budget but discussing preliminary issues that affect women empowerment, for economic empowerment or women empowerment, safety? Where are those statements? Where is the roadmap? And so it's an absolutely disastrous budget which was presented, and I was sorry to hear about pumping in more money to the MSME sector. We talk about clusters, we talk about policies for MSME sector, credit facilities, and then chopping of certain disturbances in the clearances. But where is the vision? You talk about umpteen number of launching of missions without any vision. So I think this budget, which was absolutely disappointing, I think that there was absolutely no forward way but to talk about it in whatever Kal, you may call it Amrit Kal, but we should see that it is there for the young. The youth are looking at all this. You are discussing slabs, income tax slabs, and some of the couple of people today met me and said, what is this 7 lakhs? But where is the income? Where is the employment? So there was no way I could wait. I waited and waited that she would show a roadmap. But the priorities were discussed. There were missions launched. There were names launched, but no evaluation of the past missions that were launched. What happened to them? What happened to the MSME sector? Whether the credit facilities were made available to them. So I think the budget absolutely requires an in-depth study by the Honorable Finance Minister and see what has she promised, what has she said. Does
so
she
you
mean
think she
any word
presented the budget even without studying it in depth? That's what the Congress says. Before I